Hello and welcome again to my YouTube channel for Starseeds, where I speak about all kinds of topics that Starseeds might be interested in. And also, if you haven't defined yourself as a Starseed yet, but you feel like you're an intuitive person, you're a light worker, and you just want to have experiences in love and light, then you're also more than welcome. And I think if you feel like a yes to a lot of descriptions, then you might be a starseed as well. And you come from the higher realms, from the stars, from dimensions where it's all about, connecting to your own heart's energy and, yeah, the ancestors and all the beautiful angels and other light beings who are out there. So today I want to talk about negative energies and how some people might say to some people that they are attached to them. So why do I want to talk about it? I spoke to a client today, and she's been having these issues for quite some time now, where some people, and especially people in the spiritual realm who are practitioners, telling her that she is not of the love and light, that she's having this dark energies attached to them, to her, and that she's also had previous incarnations of being a dark witch and being of the dark black magic stuff. And I was thinking, okay, I hear a lot of people talking about being somehow interested in lower energies, and it's perfectly understandable, right? Because if you're a starseed and you come from the higher realms, then you most likely had some experience with dark forces as well. And especially in the Orion Wars, where the good was overtaken by this dark force. And let's call them what they are, right? I'm talking about the Draconians. I'm talking about these very powerful and these very selfish to serve groups who came from another universe and who were kicked out. And let me switch on my mic because I think that's very beneficial to do. One second, please. So, and this these experiences really took a toll on a lot of people who are just basically working for the light and who just want to live a happy life, full of freedom, full of joy, full of abundance, full of just connecting to one another and connecting to nature and to the waters and to fly around as a, a beautiful light orbs or whatever, or angels or um, angelic beings, and suddenly they were overtaken by dark forces. So there is this huge trauma, this huge trauma of being overpowered, of being able to not do anything, of being torn apart from their loved ones, or of being really totally disarmed and helpless. And this not only happened at one place, but they overtook a lot of places, a lot of planets, and they even destroyed planets. And it's like this cosmic trauma, which is like almost integrated in our DNA. Well, not almost, it has been integrated. So um, we naturally are drawn, some of us are, to negative energies. And I really I really can relate to that because on one hand, I'm very connected to the higher realms. That's why I'm an Akashic Records reader and an Akashic Records keeper. Those energies are very high vibe, and there's no way any lower force can attach to you when you're in the space of the Akashic Records. So I'm attached to the higher energies, and that's also very beneficial for my clients, right? Because then you know for sure that the messages that are through coming through are very high vibe. And on the other hand, it's very interesting to know, okay, what were the draconians like, and if someone is behaving in a certain way, he might or she might be a draconian. or that is really an Anunnaki look this guy is having over there. It's really intriguing to me, so I can totally relate to that. And that's because we've been there, we have experienced these horrible things. And yeah, it's like with everything that's not positive, at the end you have to deal with it. You don't have to cling on to it forever, and you don't have to be told that you're of these lower vibrations, right? Because with our mind, our thoughts, we create matter. So if you think hard and long enough about negative things, it will manifest in negative things. It will manifest in the physical realm, even in persons coming into your life. So that's why it's so important to understand what's going on, to embrace your now, to love your now, and to also be focused on the higher path you're about to walk. So these negative thoughts about negative things can really manifest. So that's why it's so important to always keep your eyes really closely on the positive side of things without without really denying the negative stuff, because it's out there. We live on this planet full of duality. So on the one hand, we have paradise like places on earth, and on the other hand, there are still places where people are not really aware of our existence, right? Because they are totally cut off by the internet and by their government to look outside what's going on in their own lives. And that can also be the case on different places on Earth. And this is planet Earth, right? It's all at one place, the negative and the positive. So, really, what you have to do is accept the negative things in your life and walk the positive things in your life. So, to circle back to this person who was told several times that she was of these dark energy forces, I'm also like, okay, come on, really? Because what are you doing as a practitioner? How can you sit there and tell someone, okay, you're a black witch, and then what? If you don't have a solution to the problem you're facing, hush it. I mean, what good does it do to anyone, right? To tell them they're off and then leave them with it. That's one way why the Akashic Records energies are so amazing, because the Akashic Records are an 80 and higher, right? Some people even say 11D, which means that the information is always very clear and always very intentionally good. And so, if I am sensing that something is off with a client of mine, let's say someone is asking for an Akashic Records reading, I always have to check in the Akashic Records with the Akashic Records keepers if I'm able to read the person's records. And if I'm not able to read their records, I'm not going to read their records, obviously, because being ethical is very important for me. So I keep those protocols. I never ignore them. So if I am not able to read the records, for example, because this person is a negative soul, I'm not able to read the record, so I can't be reading something like you're of a dark energy, because I'm not going to tell that person that there are of the negative energy. You see the difference between just guess. Well, that's not really guessing, but the difference between getting information from the Akashic records and don't get it from the Akashic records is so amazing, and that's why it shouldn't be said to anyone that they're negative. Of course, I bump into some negative information within the space of the Akashic records, but it's not really negative because I always have solutions for it. Sometimes, and well, it happens quite a lot actually. I bump into a client and then they have, for example, put on these shields because um, some souls do that, right? To protect themselves from negative energies. They put on an energetic shell. It's usually from a deceased person to protect themselves, and it's not because they're intentionally bad, but because they since this world is a hostile place, they really want to protect themselves like a real shield, you know. And even though that can be considered as being something bad, um, there are really very simple statements I give my clients to overcome an obstacle like this. In the space of the Akashic Records is a minor obstacle that really can be cleared very easily, which usually comes in the form of giving the statement to my client, and then they will say it out loud for 7, 14, or 21 days, and then it's cleared. So yeah, of course, there are some really minor aspects that might be considered negative in the within the records, but that's okay, you know. I'm talking about really dark negative forces, and that people, in this specific instance, my client was told, "Yeah, you are a negative soul," and then I had to really reassure her, "You're not a negative soul. I read your records. You're a positive soul. Otherwise, I couldn't have read your records." So, yeah. Yeah, and I don't really like to talk about negative things, but we have to face them so now and then. And I also find that a lot of star seeds are naturally drawn to, yeah, what happened in the wars, what happens still here on Earth, you know, with all the horrible things. Let's not specifically mention them, but you know what I'm talking about. So, um, if you want to know more about your soul history, there are a few ways to work with me because it's very helpful to understand at a soul level who you are in order for you to make the right steps because everyone's different, right? And it's very important to know who you are, basically. So every Thursday, I host a live, free Q&A call for starseeds around the world, and you can just pop in, ask questions, sit, chat, ask questions about all topics of starseeds. So that's one way. The other way is I can guide you in a one-on-one mentorship. You just have to book a call with me, and we'll go and have a look where you are right now and what your goal is and how I can be of an assistance for you. So that's a really one-on-one mentorship in this space, also of course of the Akashic Records. And the other thing is that I am building this free course because I find it very, very important that star seeds are tuning in into their gifts, into the higher realms, into their unique abilities. And the thing to do that is to know your six clairs, your psychic abilities, and to know if you how you can trust them and how you can use them for the benefit of yourself or your daily life, for other people, maybe your children or your parents, or how you can use it in your business, or how you would love to talk to animal spirits or the angels. The basics are knowing your clairs and how to. There are six clairs: clairvoyance, cognizance, knowing, clear seeing, clear hearing, clear tasting. There are a lot of ways, and they all of course work together, right? Because it's basically one system, but the clairs are they form the basis to really tap into your higher energies, so your higher self and galactic councils and the angels and the ascended masters and what have you. So to make a long story short, I work on this free course to provide you to do that. So I just wanted to let you know if you are interested on all the starseed stuff, if you are looking for a way um, to really in a grounded, safe, and also fun way to work on your higher energies, please book a call and we'll figure out something. And I hope to see you live next week, every Thursday, 12 ET time. You can just join my live free Q&A by just click on the join the membership. It's also for free. At school, Rise of the Starseed is the name of my community. Then you just pop in every Thursday at it's Dutch time 6 p.m. UK time 5 p.m. And then I hope to see you there. And please send me a DM, send me a message if I can be of an assistance. I hope you have a great day.